Welcome, welcome. I am John. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of an update about what we're going to do for season 2 of the channel. Now, first of all, to give you a little context, especially if you're hearing me for the first time, is that I am the CEO of Preface Wine in Delray Beach, Florida, which is a wine store, wine bar, and wine club that really looks to get younger professionals involved in the world of wine. And so for the first season of Wine with John, what I did was I focused on videos that would introduce people to basic concepts that would allow them to enjoy wine just a little bit more. One of the issues, of course, is when you're starting out is super intimidating. So basic things about like what you would put with your spaghetti sauce, or what sort of wine would you have with fish, or why wine is made a certain way was really the focus of that season. A couple things stood out. First of all, there was clearly a lot more demand for content involving collector level wines. And so we're going to start focusing on that. And then also, because of my own personal passionate interest in doing things regarding bringing younger people into wine, I started talking to a lot of industry professionals, and so we're going to bring them in too. So for this season, you'll have this to look forward to. So first, we're going to continue to have some enthusiastic beginner content. For example, I just recently did a video on Kentucky Fried Chicken, well, fried chicken generally, and champagne. We're going to talk a little bit about why that works together. I just did one on blind tasting, and we have a number of them, including how to use a waiter's corkscrew, including other recipes for mimosas that I think you're going to find very, very interesting here. The second thing is we're going to begin the collector series. So for those of you who are at the beginning stages of collecting wine, I'm going to explain some of the basics about how that works. And so we're going to talk about what wines are in fact investable as opposed to just collectible. We're going to talk about how to acquire those wines, and then how to kind of get into the flow into the collecting community, because for many of you, that's one of the principal reasons why you're doing it at all. It's a social event. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that. And then finally, we're going to start the industry podcast series. So if you're listening to this on your podcast channel, welcome. It's nice to meet you. And you are going to receive one of these every week starting in April. And so we have exciting guests lined up. We have guests from Europe. We have guests from the United States. We have winemakers. We have wine merchants. We have wine critics. We have people who have been focused on bringing wine into the mainstream. And as people start aging, right, it becomes very important for there to be a future. And so that is what you have to look forward to in this next year. I love the feedback. I love the comments. And what we'll do is I'll actually have the first podcast will be about me. So that way, when we have very few viewers, you'll have a way in order to learn a little bit more about my wine journey, why I got into it, and then what it is that we are attempting to do at Preface to bring younger people in. So I hope you enjoy all those things. Obviously, you'll see us on YouTube. You'll get the podcast through podcast channels, including Spotify and wherever you get your podcast. And then finally, you'll see some of us on short form media. I look forward to producing a lot of content. I love the feedback. So please, whatever you do, don't hesitate to tell me when I do something wrong, when you disagree, and when, well, you just want to hear about something else.